Hello, Fae folk. Quick little editing note at the beginning of this video. So as I am sure you will have gleaned by whatever title and thumbnail I end up deciding to give this video, haven't gotten that far. That's in the future for me still. I do have a guest for this video, which is very exciting. However, she is someone who has not been in YouTube videos. So I think there is naturally just a little bit of discomfort with that. If you're not used to being on camera and not used to being filmed, it is something that can be a little uncomfortable. You may have noticed it with Tony on occasion where he gets a little bit quiet and forgets to act like he's on camera. So with this, the microphone that I have is separate from my camera. I mean, you can see it when I film, whatever. Anyway, I'm just explaining this. So it is a separate audio source, and that's normally what I use because I have learned how to talk and how to project my voice and what to do and everything. My friend has not, through no fault of her own. She's just not used to this. So because my standalone microphone is a little bit more sensitive, it didn't really pick up her audio super well. She's just a little bit too quiet to really be a pleasant viewing experience. So because of that, I have decided to go ahead and just use the audio from the camera itself. So it is going to be a little bit more echoey than my normal content. The sound quality is not going to be quite as good, but you can actually hear what she has to say better. And for the purpose of this video, I do think that that is the focus and that's the trade-off that we have to make. So I did just want to warn you, the audio quality is going to be a little bit lower than what you are probably used to from this channel, but you'll be able to hear what we're saying. So I hope that it is still okay for you guys and you can still enjoy. Let's find out, huh? Hey Fae folk, welcome back. So as you can see for today's video, I have got a special guest here. Do you want to introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Daisy.
I really thought you were going to leave it at hi for a second. I thought that was going to be it.
Yeah, that's it. Just hi.
Well, that's
my introduction.
That's what Tony does.
He just says hi.
Yeah, sometimes he refuses to give his name and he's just yeah.
You can't have my government name.
If you know me, you know me. If you don't, you don't. Suck it up. But yeah, so you actually came up with this idea because Daisy follows me over on Instagram, and if you follow me on Instagram, you'll know that sometimes I post reactions, very short little reactions to dolls in my stories, and so she'll reply and be like, ew, or something like that. But Daisy's not a doll collector, so it's I don't want to say an uninformed opinion, because aesthetically, you can still have an opinion.
But I don't know anything about their history, their lore, their canon stories, anything.
Nothing like that. Mm-hmm. So she was like, oh, it'd be fun for me to do a video with you where I react to dolls since I don't have any context. So that's what we're doing. I did ask you guys on the community tab to give me ideas for dolls that she should react to. I'm not getting to all of them because y'all really showed up. There were so many comments on that. So thank you. It's nothing personal if I don't go with your suggestion. I just was trying to pick the ones that were maybe a little bit more common or I thought might be more interesting. So that is what we're going to go with. I always give the disclaimer in my videos that these are just my opinions and it's okay if you disagree, but you have to be nice. That goes double time, okay? If you're a little sassy with me, it's fine. Be nice, okay?
Please, I mean, no offense if I say anything against a doll that is your beloved friend.
She's allowed to have her opinions. It's not that serious. These are plastic people. So we're going to breathe and we're going to be nice to my friend so that maybe at some point she'll come back.
Thank you.
Or, I mean, if you're mean, I'm going to come after you. Kidding. But yeah, I have a bunch of pictures ready to get through so we can
I'm nervous.
It's going to be okay.
Okay.
You got this. We're going to get started.
Okay.
Okay, so we're going to start off with a nice controversial one. I'm really sorry.
Oh, no.
I just, we had to get in there.
Just right away.
So as you all know, there can be some very intense opinions that people have based on different generations of Monster High. Especially, okay, let's keep it real. Everyone kind of agrees that G2 wasn't great, so we're not going to bother looking at a G2 doll. But there is, for some people, quite a divide between G1 and G3, and it can get a little bit tense. So several of you guys did suggest that I should show Daisy both versions of one of the dolls and see which one she likes better. So we're going to cause some trouble. And again, you can have an opinion. You cannot be mean to my friend.
Oh, no.
So this is a Generation 1 Draculaura, if you would like to give your thoughts.
I like the hair.
Okay.
I like the fishnets that kind of cut off at the feet.
Yeah,
It's a bit disconnected. The color doesn't match. The pink and the top don't match.
Oh, with her boots.
It kind of just looks like the outfit was pieced together and not meant to be together to me.
That is harsh, but like I get what you're saying. With the fishnets, you could make the argument that that like might have been intentional for stylistic purposes. I would say it's much more likely that it's like a fabric saving effort
To not make them go all the way down the feet.
Yeah.
Since
And
you're not gonna
also
see it.
there is like for kids specifically, like when they take the shoes on and off a lot, actual proper like fishnets and socks can rip a lot.
Okay, that makes sense.
So there is that. But it's funny that you say the thing about the pink, because I feel like I say that shit all the time, where I'm like, oh, this color is only present in one part of the outfit, and that looks
because
weird.
they even thought about matching the pink bow and outfit of the bat to the shoes, and even it looks like a similar color on the umbrella, but then the top is a completely different color.
I do want to give you a little bit of lore, because I just like, it's slightly horrifying.
Oh no.
So she's a vampire.
Right.
Dracula's daughter. So this is Count Fabulous, her pet.
Mm-hmm.
In Generation 1 specifically, his lore is that he is in fact a like actual vampire that got stuck in his bat form, and she doesn't know it, so she just thinks he's her pet.
Like Salem.
Yeah.
Okay.
But like he can't talk, he just
bummer.
is a vampire that is like stuck, and
That's
it is really messed up, right? Like it's a little bit bizarre. So then this is her Generation 3 version. And I am doing like the initial looks. Both of these dolls have gotten like several releases. She's a fan favorite. But I'm just doing like these signature looks because that's the fairest comparison.
Immediately, I like the outfit more.
Okay, vibes.
I feel like it's a lot more thought was put into it, and it goes together. Not just color, but it just feels more seamless. Like if I saw her walking down the street, I'd be like, she looks like a baddie.
You're like, hey, cute.
Yes.
I would concur.
Yeah.
That's a really hot take, because like we've discussed this before on the channel, there are doll fandoms that like tend to be a little bit crazier if you critique them. Like you can look at a Barbie collector and be like, hey, yeah, Playline Barbie is absolute bullshit. And they're like, yes, it is. Thank you for agreeing. Like you are correct. Bratz and G1 Monster High, like super intense fans can get really aggressive. But yeah, I think she's really cute. The other big thing is
I like
that
her hair more. The first
one.
Yes.
A lot of people feel that way. Obviously, skinty. They did introduce new body types with G3, so she's got like thick thighs.
Right.
I like
thick
that
for
part.
a Barbie.
Yeah, that was really controversial when G3 first
People
came
didn't
out.
like that?
Oh, people were so mad. There's another one, actually. I didn't intend to show Caddy, but we'll show Caddy. She is like properly plus sized. People
Which is very hard to find.
Went off about this doll.
I mean, I feel like she's not even that big.
I mean, that's fair, yeah. But like for a doll, she's
but
she's very big
are
for a
mad
doll.
about that because
Yeah.
she's not a paper thin.
Yeah.
Toothpick.
I cried when I unboxed her because she is not only like, oh, like there's thick thighs. She has a literal like fat roll in her sculpt, and I was like, oh my god, me.
I feel like the only disadvantage as a doll collector would be that you couldn't put her in other clothes, but she has her own clothes.
A lot of people critique that. I'm really impressed you picked up on that.
Yeah.
Because yeah, that's like the number one critique of the different bodies. But yeah, everyone was like, oh, we need a G1 versus G3 comparison. I think they definitely both have their merits, but like...
The bat even got an upgrade.
Yeah, the bat's like a half bat,
You're
half cat.
Now.
And the bat can talk and isn't canonically a vampire.
Oh.
So like,
complete change
it's
story.
less horrifying. But next up, okay, so this is another G1 Monster High. This is Perry and Pearl Serpentine. I hope the mic picked up that little sound.
Without knowing anything about their story, it's a bit horrifying. I like all this like curly foam stuff. I'm not sure what that's supposed to be.
I think it's just like markings on the fish tail. Or like
okay, so it's not
tail.
separate like those vines.
No.
Okay.
No, she was seeing a Venus earlier and like really liked the vines on G1 Venus.
I think that's the only nice thing I have to say.
She is, or they, I should say, definitely not a pairing of dolls that is like as fondly regarded. Like people love Draculaura and like that makes sense. Like there are characters that people really adore,
This, not so much for them. I think like there was potential, but this was towards the end of Generation One, and this is from a movie that like is pretty universally clowned upon. Like you can definitely tell the designs are a little bit more questionable. What do you think about the two heads though? Like that is kind of a feat, just in general.
I think that that's cool, and I think that they could have done a lot more with that idea.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just not.
They look very unhappy to be in that outfit.
They probably are.
They're like, this is what you could have done, and this is what you did.
Why would you do this, Di?
They're not even looking down at themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's super cool, like in concept, but okay.
Oh no. Oh no.
Magic earring Ken.
Where's his earring?
It's real tiny. I think the gimmick was that he came with one, like for you to wear.
Yeah.
Um,
Wait, so it matching. One comes for you and one comes for him.
I think that was it. I can tell you that's not what he's known for.
What's he known for?
So when this doll came out, I believe the context was they wanted to try to make Ken more popular because Ken was not selling very well with like little girls. Like he just was not the vibe for them. And so they went out to clubs and they were like, okay, what are like guys wearing right now?
What year was this?
I don't even know. Like 80s or 90s somewhere in there.
Okay.
What's like popular right now. And so this is what they came up with. But there is some debate about whether this was intentional or like the people genuinely were just ignorant. He is actively wearing a ring as a necklace.
I was about to ask what was on his necklace.
Yeah. So that was like a popular thing in gay bars and gay clubs at the time.
Well, that makes sense because I was going to say, did they only go to gay bars by looking at his outfit?
Yes.
Okay.
So he is extremely infamous for that. And he was swiftly recalled because everyone was
he
like,
too gay? That's offensive.
I mean, yeah, listen.
Listen, I can be gay.
The state of things in the world currently is bad. It was also not good back then.
Right.
So, like, the idea of selling a, like, clearly gay Ken doll, Mattel was not vibing with it. But he's super popular amongst collectors because he's so infamous. Would you buy him?
If it was for a gay collector friend.
As a gift.
As a gift.
You wouldn't want him, like, chilling out in your house?
He's looking at me very intensely. Like, I know that's a cruising face. But I don't think that face was meant for me.
Yeah, that's fair.
Those eyes were not meant to look on me.
They're very intense. Yes. I have only ever seen this doll in person one time. And
you didn't buy him?
No, he was like $180 they wanted for him. And I was like, he is a piece of doll history and a pretty funny piece of doll history. But like, you would not catch me paying more than like $30 for this. So. Yeah. But he's funny.
That's a funny story behind it. And like they went out of their way to bring attention to the earring and the name, and then the earring's the least attention grabbing.
Yeah, there was like a magic earring Barbie that he was supposed to be the companion to, and she was like normal.
So it's a lavender marriage then?
Probably.
Okay.
They've like broken up, and like it's there's a lot of weird Barbie lore. We're not gonna get into it.
Okay.
What are we looking at next? I don't even know. Like I saved these and I don't remember what order they're in. Oh, okay. So this is a multiple. So these are B-Goth dolls, also known as Bleeding Edge Goth dolls. You can take a minute. I know there's a lot.
Do we want like one by one or just my initial?
It's up to you. I'm gonna like adjust. Sorry, we're squeezing together on one chair because I'm super professional.
Like my initial thought is that their eyes are kind of terrifying.
Yeah, that's fair.
Especially the top left one, Hypnotica. That
one's freaking you out.
It's just like the shape of them. I guess now that when I zoom in, it's less scary because when you zoom in, you can actually see that there's like contact lenses or X's in their eyes. But when you're zoomed out and you can't tell, it just looks very scary.
Yeah, I really want to like these dolls because like it's a fun concept.
It's a fun concept.
Trying to find something nice.
Well, to me, it kind of looks like if you put into ChatGPT like a doll wearing a goth outfit.
Dang.
But they did the trip pants on the one, And the other one that looks kind of like she's supposed to be like Morticia or something.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
I like that.
They definitely are like some of the more proper goth dolls.
Yeah.
Because like the Dracula or the first one that I showed you, that to like normal people at the time, they were like, oh my gosh, these dolls are so goth and so dark. And it's like,
but they're not going to the goth.
They're really not.
Right.
But these are like properly inspired by different goth subcultures. They're fairly popular. They're quite expensive secondhand, and they're working on coming back. I just like, I like the idea. I like some of the dolls. Not really any of the ones in this picture. I just picked this one because it was
on
like
purpose.
Well, it was more. There were a bunch of them, so I thought you could get a good feel for the brand. I really hate the face shape and like the head shape. I don't like that. It looks,
kind of ruins the rest of it.
It's kind of giving like, especially who is this one? Infinity. In the corner, you can kind of see her head shape better.
Almost from The Nightmare Before Christmas.
She does, but like with her hair back, you can see the head shape, and it kind of reminds me of like Hey Arnold, like the football head shape.
Right.
And I can't see anything else, so that's why I don't collect these.
Yeah.
Definitely, it's not the $200
The concept though is incredible.
For
and
sure.
If they maybe worked out the kinks a little bit. Don't use the ChatGPT.
They are, like I said, they are working on a comeback. Based on the images that we have, it doesn't seem as that they are really changing like the face or anything like that. So
that's the
missed opportunity. Missed opportunity declared by us. 2 people in a basement. Ooh, this one I personally am a big fan of. So this is a semi-recent collector doll. This is the Fang Club Jennifer.
I want to know what the leg feels like because that texture looks incredible.
I can make that happen.
Okay, wait, we have one right here and you're showing me the photo?
Well, she's all the way up here.
The top shelf that they can reach, by the way.
Plus, my camera doesn't always focus that great.
Oh.
But like, yeah, you can get it.
Stunning. Stunning. The details, the makeup. Ooh, it is a nice texture.
Yeah, and you can see better here. I'm like awkwardly leaning in frame, so I'm gonna have to put her away. But she's got like the fishnets, but she also does have scales molded onto her legs.
This I like.
That one's a good one.
They put a lot of effort into matching everything. The colors, the details, the jewelry, the accessories.
She's fabulous, right?
She is fabulous.
I don't mean to take her away, but
Okay.
I'm going to take her. You can keep looking at the picture.
Goodbye.
But so this one, they do for the like membership. I'm yelling and the mic is that far away. Like, what am I doing? I'm forgetting that we're filming a video and I'm just like talking. So if you're part of like the membership, you got to vote on different stuff. Mm-hmm. So the outfit was like set that you couldn't do anything, but you could vote on the face, the hair, and the accessories and the stand. Mm-hmm. And everything that I voted for got picked. So
I think they did really well, especially if this is a more luxury or expensive doll. I think they did her character justice. Yeah, she was, I think it was $90, and she came with like a fancy box and an art print. I feel like that's very impressive. Right. I don't even have anything really negative.
No critiques. No, she's fabulous. She is like widely regarded as one of the best, if not the best.
That's like a runway. She's walking the runway.
She's phenomenal. Yeah. We love her here. So I'm glad you agree. That would have been really rough.
That the next one is gonna.
I don't know. Oh no, these you also said you liked. So these are the Bratz Scorchin dolls.
Exceptional. Immediate. I saw those on the shelf earlier. Didn't know they were going to be in the video.
Yeah. I was like, oh, those are some of the ones that I'm supposed to show you actually.
Like, I feel like someone younger would be like, they ate. That's...
You're not old.
No, but that's not my language.
You don't talk like that.
I just think that they're incredible. I think they look so good. I would wear that.
No notes.
No notes.
Which is your favorite out of the 4?
I feel like the red one just because she has those flames up the side, and I think that's badass.
I love her.
But they're all, and she's a brunette, which,
That's always good. Yeah, these were big. They, to be fair, were originally supposed to be $15, which is like a really nice, like
that's
this
low.
Is solid for, budget line. They did go up to $20. Thanks, tariffs.
Oh, these are recent.
Yeah, they just came out.
So I could buy them.
Yeah,
okay.
if you wanted to.
Those might be my first first foray back into
Really?
the post Barbie world.
You would buy these?
I would buy this. Those are really cute.
That's so, like, that's a huge thing for someone who doesn't collect dolls to say.
I have none.
That's wild. I love that, though.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, aside from the price controversy, which, like...
That's not even that significant of a 15 to 20, you said?
Yeah, and it's also not, like, necessarily the brand's fault.
Right.
Like, you could make an argument that they should be absorbing it, but, like, we know what orange human being is at fault for this. But yeah, like, people really love these, and obviously I do too. I bought all of them.
Yeah, they're good.
Ooh, okay. So this is an Ever After High doll. So Ever After High was the, like, companion series to the first Monster High series. Do you know anything about this? Okay. So with Monster High, they're like the daughters and sons of popular monsters. Ever After High, they are the daughters and sons of fairy tale characters. So this is Cerise Hood, who is the secret daughter of Little Red Riding Hood and the Bad Wolf. Because those two are supposed to not...
I'm sorry, Little Red Riding Hood and the Bad Wolf.
Yeah.
They got together. And this is a human child that was born from that.
I don't know why in my head that was like such a logical thing to say, but as soon as I saw your face, I was like, oh, actually, that is kind of fucked up.
And this is something they sell to children, and they understand how that works?
Yeah, it's like a whole plot point in the show that she can't...
There's a show?
Yeah, there's a show, and like she can't tell anyone who her dad is, because no one can know that Little Red Riding Hood married the Bad Wolf.
So he doesn't come to school pickup then?
He's a teacher at the school,
He's
actually.
a teacher?
And she has to just pretend that's not her dad.
Okay.
So this particular doll of this character is the San Diego Comic-Con exclusive, so like super high collector level.
So you don't have her?
I do not. I was not collecting Ever After High at the time. This was like in like the 2010s that this came out.
Okay. And this is not just for furries?
No.
Are you sure? Okay.
Most of the characters in the show and like in the franchise don't have an animal parent.
Okay, so it's just the one. They just decided to...
Would it make you feel better if I told you that I think the wolf can like shift, if I'm remembering correctly?
Yes.
Like he's not always a wolf.
Yes.
Okay.
That would make me feel a lot better.
I probably...
Only because my understanding is that a lot of kids like this stuff. And I don't know that that's a concept that is appropriate for children.
I should have led with that, probably. That would have been better if I had been like, hey, this is what's going on.
Right.
It's actually, like, to be fair, a pretty intense show. Both Monster High and Ever After High.
Intense?
No.
Okay.
Both of them do have, like, intense themes, and, like, some stuff is straight up horrific. Okay, I'm gonna go on a hoodoo rant. Sorry, I know no one fucking asked for this, but I will take any and every opportunity to talk about that character. So I'll pull up a picture while I rant. Hoodooed in Monster High, he was only in G1. He's never gonna make it to G3. I can't type.
5 minutes later.
So he's a, like, voodoo.
Oh, no!
No, he's my favorite. I love him. So he was created by Frankie Stein, who, me personally, Gen 1, don't care for her. G3, they're they, them, just to clarify, because I had told you earlier they were not binary. I didn't want you to be confused about that. G1, they were not. Anyway, that's irrelevant. The whole point is that Frankie was like, yeah, I'm lonely, I want a boyfriend. She created him and then went, actually, I don't like you, and then just, like, tossed him aside.
But didn't kill him?
No. So he just, like, is alive, and his whole purpose was to love Frankie, and now he's just like, what do I do with myself?
So he's like pigeons.
Yeah, yes.
Domesticated and then thrown to the side to fend for himself.
And he's such a sweetheart. Like, he's so nice, and he, like, is just, like, dancing and singing everywhere, just having a good time. I love him so much. And
Wait, is this how he looks in the show?
Yeah.
Okay, so in the show, they're not their doll form. They're animated like that. And then they turn them into dolls?
He did get a doll, and it looks pretty much like that.
Okay.
It's really bad.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Yeah. But I do love Hoodoo as a character. But
the cartoon version of him's
better.
Yeah.
I only bring that up to just say that, like, that's objectively so insanely tragic for a kid's show.
Yeah.
So
okay, so having a furry in there.
It's not that weird.
Okay.
Do you have thoughts on the doll, though?
Yeah.
We've spent all this time, like, discussing the lore.
There's a lot going on.
Mm-hmm.
I like this...
Like the wolf.
The wolf, I'm not sure what you call headpiece?
Yeah.
headdress. I'm not sure what the. I like that. It kind of reminds me of in Workaholics when Blake has this.
I'm unfamiliar,
Oh.
so I'm uncultured.
He has this wolf thing. Anyways, she looks kind of like she's drunk or something. Like she looks like she's recovering from a really hard night out.
With
and
the
her
purple
mascara
eyeshadow.
is rolling down her cheeks, and she's stolen this wolf headdress from someone. But her fit is interesting. It's interesting because it looks very like almost like majestic for the most part, like the top, the cape,
Then
the
she's
shoes,
got
but then these pants that look like they look like pajama pants or like flannel pants,
yeah.
and it just kind of disrupts the whole like head to toe. Like I said, like she looks like a royal character, and the pants just kind of fuck that up.
I think that's a fair assessment.
Yeah.
My number one complaint with her dolls is that they insist on including this like plaid or gingham print. And it's because she's Little Red Riding Hood's daughter, so it's like picnic basket, like
Okay,
blanket.
but it doesn't look
I
right.
agree. Like, I don't care that it has a justification.
Right.
It does bother me, so I get that. Okay, our camera issues. So we're rewinding just a smidgen here. This is Lyric Lucas from Rainbow High, and most people hate her.
Yeah. Like I said, I can see why. I'm struggling to find something nice to say. I'm having a really hard time.
I'm her only defender, apparently.
You like her.
I actually do. I have this doll, and I do like her. I think the pants are fun. I like the lace up. I like the fluffy coat.
The coat is cute.
The hair is like oil slick rainbow to me. But it's okay if you hate her. Like,
I do.
roast away, because everyone else does too.
The fact that she's wearing what I assume is a Rainbow High shirt and the Rainbow High hat and the Rainbow High necklace is kind of just feels like how people would wear Abercrombie and Fitch stuff.
Yeah.
Where like the thing itself wasn't necessarily cute. It was pretty plain, but you're like boasting.
It has a logo.
But it's odd that she's like, why would it, like the breaking the fourth wall to wear her own brand stuff is very odd.
See, that's really interesting to me that your primary complaint is the branding. Because
Yeah.
that's almost all of the original Rainbow High dolls.
Really?
Like, before they did like a little soft reboot situation, because they were parodying like brands. Like, there was one doll that had like a shirt that was very clearly supposed to be like a Supreme shirt, but
Okay.
it wasn't like actually.
So it's supposed to be funny?
I don't even know if funny is the right word. It's just supposed to be referential to like people who wear designer clothing
Okay.
that is just decked out in brand names.
Right. I think if it was just one
It wouldn't be so bad.
thing, like the necklace, that would be funny, or the hat. But the fact that it's everything, like my eyes just keep coming back to that.
You're like, stop it.
There's a lot going on.
Yeah.
With the rainbow hair matches the pants, but then, yeah, there's just a lot going on.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
It's okay that you hate her. I'm
Yeah.
not mad at you.
I do.
So many people do. It's all good.
If she only had the coat on.
If she only
Just the coat.
then it
and
would
the
be okay.
necklace. Yes.
That's what it takes. This next one is a Mermaids Winter Waves doll. I do have this one, but she's all the way over there.
I'm initially confused because it looks like the picture on the right.
Mm-hmm.
Is that supposed to be her? But then it doesn't match, like the colors.
Yeah.
Of the doll.
Yeah.
Color change? Is it supposed to be that she changes?
She
somehow?
does. So her tail fin changes color in cold water,
Mhm.
and then also she has like a glittery. I'll go through the effort to
But
get
her hair doesn't change.
I do think, I say this a lot, something that I find very interesting about these dolls is that they photograph like ass. They look so much worse in pictures than they do in person. Hopefully I'm about to prove that. Or else this is going to be really embarrassing.
Oh, she's beautiful. Oh my god.
I don't even know if y'all can see that,
Oh
but right?
my lord. Like her face,
And just the,
Wow.
I know y'all aren't going to see any of this, but the difference
yeah.
between how they photograph and how they are.
Okay, yeah. The photo does not do her justice at all. She is stunning.
And.
She is a bad.
She's got way too much hair.
No, don't take away her beautiful. Oh. I would buy that.
Right?
Yeah. That is...
They're so good!
I've never, like, looked at a doll and been like, I wished I looked like that, but...
This is the one.
The earrings, the outfit, the little detail, like, belt, and...
I'm just putting her back, but you can keep talking.
Purse, and... Stunning. Stunning!
I love her.
I'm guessing she is more of an expensive doll compared to some of the other ones.
I want to say these originally retailed for like $40.
Okay, so not that expensive. But that is an example of what I mean when I say, like, they put effort into thinking about
how
all the things look together. And they did just enough.
Yeah.
Not too much.
I'm really sad this whole line got canceled.
So it'd be hard for me to find one.
Yeah. Because...
It would be very difficult not to take that when I leave today.
I'm sorry. The first, like, wave, because this was the second series that they did, I don't think that it helps that they photograph like ass. As you just saw.
Right.
Live reaction from someone who's completely unbiased. It's night and day difference.
Yeah.
Even on video, like, I felt so bad reviewing those because it's like, I know this doesn't look good.
Right.
But it does in person.
Yeah.
This, like, you kind of see the line here where it's like, that's a clear part of the box. In the first wave, that shit was just straight up open.
Oh.
So kids could, like, pull on the fin and yank it off, or the paint would get chipped. So there were a lot of quality control issues. And the people didn't like that it was $40, which, to be fair, neither did I. Like, that is comparatively a lot. Because at the time, most of their dolls are like $25. So it's like, that feels like a lot. But
I guess it doesn't feel like a lot, but if I was looking at the magnitude of how many dolls collectors might have,
yeah,
then $40 obviously is a lot more than $25 when you're buying like 200 or something.
yeah, for sure. When you have a problem like me.
But if I just saw that in the store and it was $40, I would buy it.
That's a really, like, interesting thought process.
Yeah.
Because, like, obviously I don't think in terms of someone who's only buying one doll.
Right.
I think in terms of, like, I'm buying a lot. But I can definitely see what you're saying, where it's like, if you are only making a one-off purchase,
Yeah.
it's really not that bad. They also went on sale. Like, I think I got that doll for like $15. So, yeah. Basically, mermaids deserved a lot more, and I'm super sad that they died. These are more brats. These, I just posted a video where I, like, ranted and raved and almost cried on camera about how much I love these.
Yeah. Baddies.
All of them.
She's my favorite.
Same. Jade.
I feel like Jade, anytime that I see Jade in any form, she's like one of the only ones that I immediately like recognize and know by name. And is this supposed to be Cherry Blossom?
Maybe?
Well, she looks beautiful. I don't know any of these other ladies' names. Sorry.
That's okay.
This one is my second favorite.
Okay, so Lena.
Goth Baddie.
Nice vibes.
And I like that they all have different outfits, but you can still tell that they're matching.
Yes, it's such a cohesive lineup.
Yeah, because of like the wings and just the way that they're styled, and like they match but don't match.
I love them.
Yeah.
I genuinely, like, these aren't out yet. This is just a stock photo that we got. I want every single one of these.
I would buy the two on the ends.
Okay.
Jade and Lena. Which is no insult meant to the others.
No, yeah.
Those are just the two that I am drawn to.
You're like, I would actually cough up money.
Yeah. And it's not just because they look the most like me. I swear.
No, that does
just
make sense.
stylistically what they're wearing and how they're made up.
Yeah, and that is something that I feel like I talk about pretty frequently, like the difference between, oh yeah, that's like a pretty doll, and I want to spend money on that.
Right.
Because like,
I think a lot of things are cute, yeah, pretty, nice, impressive, you know.
Don't buy all of them.
I would be broke.
$30,000 in credit card debt later. I'm glad you like them too, though, because yes, I like genuinely was on the cusp of sobbing because I was so excited about these dolls. I think, okay, we have a few more. Sorry, this is one of my personal favorites. No one asked for me to show this, but this is Mara Pinkett, and I just love her for no reason.
What is she from?
She is from Shadow High, which is like a subcategory of Rainbow High. But with Shadow High, the first round of dolls were all in grayscale, and then they kind of went with like fantasy skin tones. So her skin is like very, very pale pink.
Okay, that was my main question.
Yeah.
That like it draws a lot of the eye to like how pale her face is in comparison to the rest of her.
Right, yeah.
And I would wonder how that looks in person.
I can do this.
Okay.
We're getting a lot more adventurous than I expected.
Well, you didn't think I'd want to see any of these babies up close?
I'm just glad I'm wearing pants.
Oh, yeah.
The plot twist is that I normally have like a nice shirt on when I film, and then I'm always in pajama pants.
So did you changed her hair?
No, it's actually just like the color's really off in the picture.
Okay, see, immediate difference. I think that she is a baddie. The photo was like, I was hesitant because I felt like there was a lot of potential.
Oh.
But when I see her up close, like the outfit is super cute, the hair is super cute, and I can see the fact that her like skin tone makes so much more sense.
Yeah.
Like that photo is not flattering.
The hair's very
at
orange in
all.
the picture. You guys will
Yeah.
obviously see the picture.
The hair tone is a lot nicer and cooler in real life.
Yeah.
And it all matches a lot more cohesively than I was just a bit confused as to how that all came together.
No,
She's
that's
stunning.
totally fair.
Yeah.
She's like my number one from this brand. I love her. So this one, I have thoughts on. This is an Art Squad doll. I think they only got one release.
That makes sense. Oh, there's a lot going on.
Yeah. I will say these were supposed to be gimmick dolls, and the gimmick I do approve of, because it was supposed to be, like, they're called Art Squad, they're supposed to be getting, like, kids involved with art.
Mm-hmm.
So you could, like, color the earrings. Her skirt is that, like, black scratch-off material.
Oh.
So you could, like, scratch it off. So that, good in concept.
Good in concept, terrifying in reality.
Yeah.
Her smile and face is very scary.
Yeah.
And nothing goes together at all.
This isn't, like, shade to everyone who's had plastic surgery, but her face does remind me of someone who's had bad plastic surgery.
But someone who's really young, who gets a lot of work done in their face.
Yes, and then suddenly they, like, look uncannily old, but
Yeah.
also young at the same
Yeah.
time. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's very unfortunate.
Frozen face.
Because it's like...
And then that thing on her head, is that...
It's a headband, I think.
Okay.
It's definitely a choice.
I think if I'm looking for something nice to say, the boots are very cute. Would wear those. The skirt on its own, very cute. And the hair, I like. And like you said, I like the concept now that I know, but if I
Yeah.
saw that in the store, I would walk away because her face scares me.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
blame you at all. As far as I know, these didn't go over well.
That
but
makes sense.
yeah, so I had to show you that. 'Cause
Yeah.
when I think of, like, dolls that are shockingly ugly, they're, like, one of the first ones I think of. Then I have a lot of feelings on this. Okay, I'm still teasing this video. I'm really sorry. So this is an LOL OMG doll, which some people wanted you to see to compare, like, the face versus the body. I chose this one specifically because this is
So
from the
pretty.
Powerpuff Girls collab.
I was about to say, is that supposed to be a Powerpuff Girl?
This is Blossom.
Awesome, yeah.
I'm going to make the video as soon as we get fucking stock photos for Buttercup. Okay, I promise y'all I will be ranting about this. But I thought it would be really interesting to get your take since you aren't, like, a doll person.
I think they did her so fucking dirty.
Even without the context.
As a Powerpuff Girls fan, I came here today with my Mojo Jojo first.
That's true, you did. That's such, like, a random, that was not planned.
No, I feel like they could have done a lot more, and I don't know anything about this line of dolls and how their faces look. I don't like it. I really don't like it.
Yeah.
And her hair is wrong.
They were supposed to be inspired by the one episode where they, like, I don't remember how it went. Like, if it was, like, a time travel thing or, like, what, but they, like, were teenagers in the episode. Mm-hmm. I don't think that excuses this. And a little teaser for my own rant video. My number one complaint is that this whole outfit is patterns that have been reused from another existing doll.
So they didn't even make her own clothes that would have gone with her.
Correct. It's
lazy.
recolored, but completely reused. And all three of them are like that. So they're doing Blossom, Bubbles, and Buttercup. All three of them have reused patterns. And
Lazy.
I think it's bullshit.
They
and
deserve better. The purse is the only redeeming part.
The only good part.
Yeah, that purse is cute.
I'm glad I'm not crazy.
No.
Because, like, there are some mixed feelings in the doll community that it makes me feel better.
Scrolled and I saw that face and I thought, is that supposed to be Blossom? Like, I'll give that I could tell that from the bow.
Yeah.
But, like...
I'm pulling up another LOL OMG doll so you can see. They truly do have the perfect faces to try to do a collab. Like, I feel like this branding makes sense to do a Powerpuff collab.
But even with that as a reference, I still feel like that looks better than what they did.
I agree.
The other one looks almost mawkish.
It's
That looks like, yeah, that doesn't. They tried. They tried.
Did they?
A little bit. Again,
Yeah.
that looks almost like a Chat GPT like result.
You're not wrong.
If Powerpuff Girl had blonde hair and also was an LOL OMG doll.
It's pretty bad. I think we only have one more.
Oh no.
It's
What's that?
Well, we can always do another one.
If they don't hate me.
They're not gonna hate you.
In my takes.
You're doing great.
Okay.
This is Delilah, also from Rainbow High.
Oh, she's lovely.
I can probably get her in person too.
Yes.
I've restyled mine, so it's like a little bit different.
Okay. Some of them definitely photograph better than others.
She's albino, so she's
Okay.
like technically supposed to be like black, but she's albino.
I think she's absolutely stunning.
I love her.
I think the
She's one of my
little
faves.
shoes and socks with the daisies and the frill on them.
Yeah,
and the
like,
little
this is
yellow dress.
like a completely
and-
different outfit actually that I have her in because she came with two.
Oh yeah. Oh. But she's wearing the same socks under there.
So you can really
The
get like the
shoes,
vibe.
though. Yes. Yes. Both ways. Very cute. Very cute.
I really like her because she's got the glasses.
Chef's kiss.
Not enough dolls have glasses.
So you say this is Rainbow High.
Yeah.
Like the other one that with the RH.
Yeah.
But she's not dripped out in the.
Yeah, I think she had like an R on her belt
Okay.
on
See,
here.
that is fine.
But it's just too much on the,
other
one.
one was too much. She
I'll pop
looks
her down here.
She looks lovely.
Well, I'm glad that you enjoyed some. I'm glad to hear some of your critiques. I feel really validated actually in several of my opinions now.
Okay.
Because you were like, yeah, the Powerpuff Girls one is bad.
It
I'm like,
is!
Yes, it is. Do you have any like final thoughts you'd like to share? It's okay if you don't. Anthony usually takes that as an opportunity to say something awful. But I just thought I'd offer you a little
I mean, I
sage.
think a lot of the ones that you showed me are better than some of the ones you've posted that I had horrific takes on.
Yeah.
So maybe we ease into it before we rip one open on some of the ones that I absolutely thought were vile.
A lot of the ones that I like post on my story are like more budget dolls, like Budget Rainbow High or like the Buried Secrets from G3. But these were mostly your suggestions, so that's why they went with those instead.
Yeah, you suggested ones that I had less bad things to say about.
I'm glad it was like a mostly positive experience for
It
you.
was. I feel good about it.
Yay! Do you want to plug any like socials or anything while you're here? I'll type them in the description also. But yeah.
Yeah, I have a small business where I make jewelries, accessories,
Indeed.
sun catchers, beautiful, cute little things. Small Bean Co. You can find me at Small Bean Co.
It'll be in the description. We'll pop it in there. I do have a necklace. I'll like put a picture in here because I was gonna wear it that she made for me. But I'm having some like medical stuff. I'm okay. I'm gonna be fine. It's not that serious. It's just aggravating. So like I've got some splotches going on. It's not very cute. But in editing, I will post a picture of the necklace so you guys can like see a little bit of what she does because it's really, really, really
Thanks.
pretty. I'm just not cute enough to wear it right now. But yeah, that's all the dolls that we wanted to take a look at. Thank you for joining me. It was really fun to get to have you.
Oh.
I've really only ever like done collabs with Anthony, which is lovely. Sorry, babe, if you're watching. Like, not that I don't like doing that, but I think it's really fun to get other people's perspectives. So, very fun to hear what you had to say.
Hey, thank you.
So yeah, let us know what you thought of her thoughts and also the dolls we focused on today. Let us know if you want to see more because I will happily oblige. But that's going to be it. So thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you have a lovely rest of your day or your night or whatever it might be. And I will catch you in the next one. Bye guys.